So the eagle-eyed viewers, however you say it, will see I've got no Polo GTI. No space here. We've just got the Polo Dune, which is my everyday car. Where's the Polo GTI gone? Am I getting another fun car? Am I done with cars completely? So if you've seen some of the content on the channel, my sole purpose and focus and goal is property. I want to get a rental property. If I can get it at like 22, 23, I'll be so happy, and plus it will set me up better in the future. There's been a lot of thinking and a lot of backwards and forwards, so I'm just going to talk to you my mindset. From a content point of view, it is the worst choice ever, but from my personal point of view, it makes perfect sense. So hopefully you do enjoy. If you do, leave a like and subscribe. You may not agree with me, but this is truly the best choice for me, and it may open your eyes into your own life. So I've had my fun cars. I've had a Fiesta ST stage 1. I got my Golf R was going to be going stage 2. I then got the Polo GTI. I've had like the Fiesta Mark 6, Cupra K1. I've had my fun cars. You can just do a quick search on my channel and see this car is my 19th car. I've had some shits and I've had some proper fun cars. Obviously all that does come at a cost, and the cost was significant. I'm not going to go into the cost, but I haven't made any profit on my cars. So from a financial point of view, we'll talk about that first. I need to calm down. Something needs to stop. So alright, so I sold my Golf R. I then bought 2 Polos, the Dune and the GTI. The Dune's going to be my everyday car, and the GTI was going to be my track car. I then did some thinking, and my goal has always been property. I want to get a rental property, and I want to like fix a property up, and I just want to make a somewhat passive income on the side. And if I can do it at such a young age, I think I'll really be thankful for that in the years to come. I have done content on like how I'm planning to get the property and tips how to get a property, but what my point is the cars. I would have loved to have kept the GTI and build it into what I truly had planned. I had a lot of parts come in, including BC coilovers. I had a K-base come in. It was booked in for a stage 1. I wasn't just like blowing smoke. It was genuinely, my intention was to do amazing stuff with it. Same as the Golf R. I did have suspension coming for that. I had a stage 1 booked, and that was going to go stage 2. My one hobby in life is cars, and I want to show that on the channel, which I have been over the last 5 years. I just find it fun, and there's a lot to go into it. And as I said, we're going to start with the financial side of things. Cars are not cheap. If you're into cars, you understand they are not cheap, and I could afford the Golf R and I could afford a property, but I couldn't afford them at the same time. And that is the reality of being a 21-year-old. Like, you aren't made of cash. I'd love to be. The Golf R was a bit of a risk, both for myself and for the socials. I thought on Instagram and TikTok and the channel it would do well, and it did. It got a lot more eyes to my channel, which I'm grateful for. The risk did pay off. However, I didn't really go full force with the risk. As I said, I sold it because it was just getting too expensive, and it was one or the other. So I chose property. Well, ish. I sold the Golf R partly because I wanted a lot of my funds back, and partly because I wasn't enjoying the car, and I had that in my head, so I thought I may as well get my funds out of the car because it was an expensive car, and then move on to the Polos. As I said, I had all the plans with the GTI, and then I thought this isn't really gonna work. Cars and property don't really go hand in hand when you're trying to save up for the property. If I had the properties and I was doing X, Y, Z, I could then have fun with cars. But because I don't really have that property to fall back on yet, I made I think the smart choice to step away from cars and work towards my first property. So I have ordered a car, brand new. Full transparency, it is on lease, and the reason for that is my lifestyle and mindset would force me to sell the car. I'd find a loophole in the finance to sell it or cash out, probably make a loss, and then go on to fun or stupid cars and just keep doing that. I'd love to say I wouldn't. In a perfect world, I would be smart and keep the car and grow equity and all that kind of stuff, but the reality is I just don't trust myself. So the car is on lease. It means I don't have to stress about the depreciation. I don't have to stress about any issues. I just get the car, have it for an amount of time, then hand the car back. And in that amount of time, I will be getting, if it all goes to plan, I will be getting my first property. It's a massive change for me. As I said, I've had 19 cars. It is an immense change and a bit of a risk as well. It will definitely be hard to maintain the socials, whether it be the channel or Instagram or stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I need to put myself first, and social media isn't really going to put food on the table when it comes to comparing it to property and stuff. So from a financial point of view, what I'm trying to say is I'm getting out of cars because I love cars. I've had my fun. I want more fun. It's just not the right time. I need to focus on growing a proper base, proper foundation for myself, and then the cars can come after. The cars can be the reward of what I've done. It's a shame. I do really enjoy cars, as I said, but it's just financially it doesn't make sense. So I do need to step away from it. I know a lot of you probably won't agree, but I've done a lot of thinking, a lot of pros and cons, and from a financial point of view, it is time to step away. That being said, I would love like a project car on the side, like just something cheap in like a year or so, just something cheap that I can just tinker on, put it on the channel and have fun. That also being said, the car isn't coming till September, so we've still got a Polo June, which I could do some stuff to. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, it's gonna be a massive change for me and for social media from me. But it does need to happen, as I've said. That's the financial side of things. Now the physical, like the mental side of things for me personally, is I'm never happy with what I've got. I was 21 with a Golf R with wingback seats, and I was not happy. Something does need to change. I think I'm getting too used to swapping and changing cars, and I think it's been a bit of a wake-up call for me to kind of be like, Tom, something needs to change. This isn't smart, this isn't cheap, this is a problem. I do need to become more, not complacent, but more satisfied with where I am. I understand there's a goal to get to, but you don't have to get to the goal every single time. You can enjoy where you are now. I've made a lot of daft choices when it comes to cars, and I'm young at the end of the day. I do make silly choices. I'm prepared to hold my hands up to the choices that I have made, and that's why I'm making this big change. I'm kind of just taking a step back from the world as I know it. I know that sounds ridiculous and it sounds a bit like over exaggerated, but it's essentially what it is. I'm taking a step back from what I know and I'm focusing on what I want to know. I think it's smart. Again, I'm not sure, so put it in the comments. I'm 99% sure this is the right move. I may regret it, I may not, I don't know, but it does need to happen. As I said, from a mental side of things, I need to learn to actually be complacent. Not complacent, that's the wrong word. I need to be happy with where I am, what I've achieved. Stop wanting the next thing or whatever. I just need to kind of take a step back, just chill. Maybe some of you will relate to that. I'm not sure, but yeah, for me personally, that is the next step. Hopefully you have enjoyed what has come of the channel. It's not stopping yet. I've still got a lot more to do, and I always find a way to make things work, and I truly think I will find a way to make the channel work. It may not be around my personal car, but I will always find a way, so make sure you're subscribed. It may even be the best thing I've ever done. We do not know. I've got a long, strange journey coming my way. I don't know what's going to come of it, but I'm really excited for it. So hopefully I'll see you again. Cheers.